Hello and welcome everyone to a new unboxing and reboxing video. Today we're taking a look at Chicago 1875, the city of the big shoulders, that a lot of you will be getting soon. So as with Stupor Mundi, you're gonna basically get the box and an extra box, as you see, that will contain all of the punch boards. So whenever you get your game, it's normal to have the extra box. Make sure to not throw it away and keep it. And as you can see, it contains all the punch boards that you will be needing to play the game. Now inside the main box, as we're going to see in a second, you will be seeing all the other components, all the wooden components, the cards, etc. But yes, as you can see, there's quite a few punch boards that are delivered with this box. Here we see one of the solo boards, and we'll get back to that in a second. But now let's open up the main box and take a look at everything that's inside. So the reason that we didn't include the punch boards, as you'll see, is because the insert is basically inside the box, and it takes up the whole space of the box, well, almost. So that's why we decided to do it separately, otherwise that would have been a lid lift. So first thing you'll see as you open are the player aids. There you go, that have been completely updated since the last version. We have the stock bump guide, there you go, that you'll be using as a reference guide when you play the game. We also have smaller play aids for the advanced game rules, and also something that we decided to add at the end, which is the solo player aid when you play the new solo mode. Included as well, and this is going to be crucial for this video, is the whole insert guide as well, that shows you exactly where all of the components go, because as you'll see, there's quite a few components in this game, and how you reassemble everything, because there's basically 3 big trays and then a whole bunch of boards that we'll be using. Then of course we have the rulebook. Here's the rulebook of the solo mode, so we decided to make a separate rulebook for that. And then the main rulebook itself, that has also been completely rewritten, restructured. There's been quite a few updates on that one, so we hope that you will enjoy all of the updates that we've done. So here, as you open up, so this is going to be the resource tray. It already contains most of the pieces that you'll be storing inside the resource tray itself. So there you go, you can set that to the side for now. Then next up we have the bank, or the money tray. So this contains all of the dollar bills that you'll be using in the game. So there you go, they've already been organized by value, which is really nice, so you won't have to sort the different cards. Then we have the big game board. Also some updates. So for those of you who already used to have the game, that's why depending on the upgrade kit that you chose, the new game board is included, because we've just reorganized the board a little bit, moved things around just to make it a little bit more clear and follow really the structure of every round. And now we get to the base insert. So now here you have all of the company charters. So as a reminder, everything from the expansion is included as well. We have a really big notepad to keep scores of all of your games. You'll be able to, trust me, play a lot of games before you fill that one in. Then we have a new little resource bag as well. There you go. Next up we have the priority deal marker that you'll be using. Here we have the round marker and the phase marker. Next, all of the company tokens as well, so you'll be using those for the 15 different companies that exist in the game. Here we have the automation tokens, as well as, there you go, here we have the stock certificates next, of again all 15 different companies that exist in the game. There you go, 2 stacks, and you'll be dividing them soon into 3. Next we have all of the goods tokens as well, that will be going into the resource tray. And then finally we have the partners that we'll be using. So there you go, this is everything that you'll get once you open up the box. And now let's move on to reboxing. So now it is time to rebox everything. You'll find an insert guide inside the box that shows you exactly what we're going to go through now. but it has all of the indications so that you can easily see where all of the many components go. Pay attention to the fact that there's yellow and pink arrows in the guide. It's kind of a leveling thing. Items with the yellow arrows go in first, and then anything with a pink arrow is placed on top. So we're going to start from right to left. We'll start with a lot of the solo components. So these are the investor tiles that you'll be placing, followed by the solo event tiles. So both piles just neatly go next to each other right here in this corner. Then next up, some more solo components. We have the difficulty tile, as well as the block tile that get placed on top of it, like this. Yeah, put it in the right direction, not like I did at first. And then we have all of the rivals that will go on top, like this. There you go. Next up are the two small cleanup tiles. You just place this right here. And then we're going to follow up with the last of the solo components, which are the solo goal tiles, together with the two solo building tiles that exist in the game. So just split them up into equal size piles, and you can, there you go, place them right here. Right, now that we're done with most of the solo components, we're going to move on and place all of the stock certificates. So these are basically divided into 3 piles. So you have, since there are 15 companies, it's basically 3 piles of 5 stock certificates. You'll see that if you don't sleeve them, there's quite a bit of room left. That's because, of course, we wanted to provide enough space for those of you who prefer to sleeve all of their cards. Next up will be all of the partners. So it's basically one long row of partners like this. You can easily slide them down. There you go. So moving on, putting in the different colors. So starting with green, then we have all of the yellow players' partners. Next up, all the red ones. There you go. And finally, the blue partners will go in. There you go. Sorry, I'm being a bit of a klutz here, but you get the idea. Perfect. So next up, we're going to place all of the square tiles. We'll start with the buildings of level 3. So as you know, there's 3 levels of building. We start with 3, then going down to the buildings of level 2. Make sure to put them in this direction. You'll see in a second why. Because the buildings of level 1, there's quite a few less than the other types, so they go right here in the middle. Then next up we have all of the capital asset tiles. There you go. Easy to see with the symbol on their back, so they go into the 4th slot. And then finally we have all of the goal cards. There you go. So the goals go into this final little section. Okay, so next up we're going to have to put a couple of components before we put in the demand tiles. We have the priority deal marker that goes in like this. So there's a bit of an orientation. You can see there is this little angle that you have to follow. So there you go. And then we have the chief capital assets. So these look like normal capital assets, but they show chief. They all are named chief of. This is a mini expansion, so we decided to have a little separate spot for them. You could just mix them with the other ones if you wish, but just look into the rulebook on how that works. And then next up are going to be the demand tiles. Now you have to split them into 2 piles, 2 stacks. So we have the ones of level with 1 dot and 2 dots, so level 1, level 2, they go in first, like this. And then of course, next we have the demand tiles of level 3 and level 4. So that's it, the whole base tray is now full. So next up is the resource tray. This one is also fairly straightforward, but everything is again clearly explained in the little insert guide where everything goes. So we're going to start again from right to left. We're going to put the round and marker and the phase marker here in the bigger part of the resource tray just at the bottom, but it's mostly going to be filled with all of the resources. So the resources go straight into the resource bag. So there you go, everything is right in there. You can close it up and then fold it and put it right there in this part of the resource tray, just like that. So next up are all of the salespeople. There you go. We've actually, as some of you may notice, they're quite a bit darker than the previous edition, and then followed by the managers that have gotten a bit brighter actually, so that there's a clearer difference between the two. But yeah, they go over here. Next we have all of the workers. So you can just empty this whole bag right in there. There you go. Next up we have the bonus goods token that you can store right over here. Next up, all of the automation tokens. And then finally, all of the goods token go here at the bottom. There you go, you're almost ready with this. The final thing that you have to do, this is maybe a little bit more tedious in the beginning, but are all the company tokens. So the way it's organized is you simply can place them by color in here, like this. We're going to speed this up a little, but you get the idea of how all of this works. That's it, and now you're going to cover most of this up with the advanced supply chain overlay. So this is one of the mini expansions that we've included in this version, and then you top it all off with the lid and you're done. So now let's move on to the money tray. So next up is the money tray, which is probably the easiest to do, but we're just going to show it anyways. So you just put the different types of dollar bills right here, starting with 1, 5, next up are the $10 bills. Then the biggest stack, that's why it's a little bit wider for that one, are all of the $20 bills, because you'll be using them a bit more than the other denominations. Finally the $100 bills, and then if you get very wealthy, you might get some of the $500 bills. Note that they're a bit spacious, but that same thing, we provided enough space for those of you who like to sleeve their cards. There you go, the money tray's done. So now that everything is said and done, it is time to assemble the whole thing. We're going to start with the base tray, and we're going to first place the investor board right here, followed by the notepad. Now you'll see the notepad is really thick. A little tip is to basically split it in two. That's how we've done it, so you can keep one half for later in case you need it, but this will make sure that everything sits a bit more flush, so you can place it right here in the middle. Then next up we have all of the company charters. All 15 of them just go like this, nicely on top. We're getting there. Now we have the solo board that goes on top. There you go, fits just right. And then we're going to move on to the main game board that goes on top. Now be careful, because you'll see at the bottom there's these little bits and pieces that protrude, so it's really meant to be in there so that it fits nice and snug. And then finally the solo campaign board tops everything off. Next up you put the resource tray and the money tray on top. There you go, and now we're almost nearly done. We finish with placing the rule books on top like this. Actually I prefer this orientation because the money tray is just a little bit lower than the resource one. Then the insert guide goes on top. We have the player aids and the advanced rules player aids, the stock bump guides, and then that's it. Everything is ready now to be placed back into your gaming cabinet and ready to play. So thank you for watching, and we wish you a ton of fun with this amazing game.